So this morning we're going to make blintzes, perfect for Shavuot. I thought it would be a fun activity for everyone. So we're going to start with the batter. And the batter, if you all have the recipe printed out, I hope, is just 2 eggs that you're going to obviously crack into your bowl. And everyone can do this with me that's working on the crepe.
How many servings is it?
You know, I don't feel like I've ever quite measured it out, but what I would say is it's like I make it for the family and it's enough for a meal. So it should be okay. Your house is 6, I would think. Then you're going to put a cup of flour in, 3/4 cup of milk, a tablespoon of oil. I put my oil in a squeeze bottle. It makes it really easy to.
Debbie, are we doing a half a cup or a whole cup? Because it says a half a cup.
A half
of flour.
What did I say before?
You said a cup, but the recipe says half a cup.
Just your half a cup. Sorry. And just a pinch of salt. So those of you probably know already, but a pinch of salt is you put some salt in your hand and you pinch it, you put it in. Okay. Then we're going to just mix that up with the whisk.
What kind of oil? Any safflower, okay?
Yep. Any kind of oil, not olive oil, but safflower oil, vegetable oil, some sort of, and you're going to mix this up till it's no more lumps. You don't want lumps. Can everyone see that? So once you have that done, you might have a few little bits, but we'll mix it up again right before we use the batter. So we're going to set this aside, set it aside, and we're going to make the filling. That'll give it a little time to rest. So with the filling, I use farmer's cheese. I use free, I guess it's Friendship farmer's cheese, but if you have ricotta cheese, any kind of cheese that is not too watery. So not cottage cheese that has too much water in it. So to that 1 pound of farmer's cheese, you're going to add 2 eggs. And then depending how sweet you like your blintzes, I'm doing a half a cup. But I said a 1/4 cup to a half a cup. It's really what you like. And then a pinch of salt again. So then you're just going to mix this up. I use a fork. It just makes it a little easier. Just going to mix it till it's all incorporated. Get a little arm strength doing this. So this is what it should look like. Okay, and then we're going to set that aside. Now we're going to get ready to make the crepes. So I'll show it in both kinds of pans. Since most of you have pans with edges, I'm going to show it to you on this pan so you can see what you should do. The first thing you want to do is just a little bit of oil in your pan. Let me just get this set up. Just a little. really a little. And you're gonna use, I should have had you have a paper towel ready. So get a paper towel if you have one. And you're just gonna wipe the oil around in the pan. So watch this first, and then you'll try it, okay? What you need to know is that the first few crepes don't turn out as well. So just the way a pancake, the first few ones don't turn out as well as the rest, it's gonna be the same case here.
Just like children.
Exactly. So Rose is in good shape. She's number 2. I'm number 3, so mix it up again, your batter. What you want to do is put the flame on medium. And so you see it's not. Everyone have that? See how that is going? Okay. And then what you're going to do is take either a ladle or a cup, measuring cup, and dip it into the batter. We're going to try it. I'm going to put in, not that full amount, but I'm going to twirl my pan. And you can twirl it for a little while. I should probably have put a little more than that, but let's just see what happens. Yeah, I definitely should have put a little more than that. So I'm going to add a little more. So it's a twirling of the pan that gets the crepe around and it's starting to cook. Have a spatula ready and a plate to put your crepes on. And let's see how it's cooking. It's kind of drying out, but it's not quite ready. When the edges start to brown a little and start to pull away a little, that's when it's ready. So let's see how this one's doing. Do you see what's happening? It's sort of pulling away. I think it needs a little more time.
Hold it up to the camera.
Do you see? Let's just see. Ah! It flipped out. Did you see that? And that's what it should do. It should just flip out. Because we're not, some people brown it on both sides, but I don't because we're going to fill it and cook it again. It's not done yet. The whole thing's not done yet. So what you want to do again, you could either put a little bit of oil on your paper towel and wipe it. Make sure to get out, like I had a little crumb left. Let me do that again for you to see, and then you guys try it, okay? So I'm going to try this time. I'm going to try to measure it. If I take a half a cup, I'm going to swirl it around. There's extra there, so this time I'm going to let it go. Did you see that? If you still have lumps in your batter, sort of whisk it a little more. So this is cooking, cooking. I'm going to let it get to where I can really see still it's like drying up, but the edges aren't coming away yet. So I'm going to give it a little more time. This was a third a cup, not a half a cup, by the way. So I used a third a cup measuring cup, and that pretty much did a nice job on this. This is about a 6-inch pan. You see how it's starting to come away, the edge? And here, because I had, you see that? When it starts to come away, take it off the heat and flip it. Everyone try that, and I'm going to watch you. Those of you who are making the blintzes, point your camera down to your fry pan so I can see what you're doing. Swirl the pan, Rose, swirl the pan all the way with your whole wrist and bring it around. You need a little more batter. And do a real swirl with your wrist. Around, around, around. Yeah, you got it. Okay, that looks good. Now just let it cook. Let's see, Sandra, how are you doing? You cooking yours? Jan, let's see. Can you point the camera to your fry pan? A little more. Let's see, Mickey, lift it up. Yeah, that looks nice. Ooh, that's a big Blintzes. How, everyone unmute yourselves so I can hear how you're doing.
All right. So now what do we do? So it's starting to pull away.
And flip it. Take a
You
plate.
put the pan?
Take a plate and just turn it upside down on the plate. It should come away.
Okay. When it's just when it starts to pull away,
Yeah.
but it's not pulling away on all evenly. It's only pulling away on one side.
Well, you could use your spatula to sort of loosen it a little on the edges. Just don't flip it or anything, but just loosen the edges.
Yeah.
As long as the edges are loose, you can flip it.
Yep.
You got it to work?
Wow. Yep.
Okay, so just keep going and let's finish all the Blintzes. Mickey, how are
So
you?
you want us to put more oil in our pan?
Yeah, just the way I said, just with a little bit with your paper towel and your oil. Just rub it a little bit.
Okay.
And everyone make their Blintzes. Does anyone need help with them? Mickey, how are you doing?
I'm good. Just a little bit.
All right, and Rose, how are yours? Nice, nice. And let's see, who else? Sandra, how are you doing? It's gorgeous. Perfect. Okay, so keep going and let's make all the Blintzes and then I'll show you how to put them together. We're making all the crepes first. So Rose, I think it's going to make less than I thought, but
That's okay. We got the technique down.
yeah, you can make more batter. It's pretty simple. Now I'm making mine on my crepe pan, which I like very much because there's no edges for it to get stuck on. Everyone doing all right on their crepes? When I cook and bake, I like to listen to Joni Mitchell. I don't know about you guys. So we're going to play Joni Mitchell while we make our crepes. Hey, Google, Joni Mitchell.
Joni Mitchell. Huh? this your mom's sister or your dad's sister?
The person in mom's first husband. So she's not my aunt, but the person is one. But she and my mom are the same age. Yeah.
It turns out I just tried one on my crepe pan, and my other pan is working better. So I'm gonna go back to it.
So what happens if the edges aren't coming up?
But just use if they're not coming off.
Yeah,
You could use a spatula to loosen them a little before you flip,
okay.
and that will help. So like this, I take, I'll loosen the edge, especially if it's like going over. Do you see that? You loosen it, it'll flip pretty easily. And if
Oh wow! So every time I make a Blintzes, it comes out better. Each successive crepe. That's good.
see, that's what I said. Every time it's a little better. I don't know why that is. Maybe the pan gets seasoned.
Or maybe your technique gets a little better.
Yeah.
Called practice.
Twist of the wrist.
You know, it's like homework. You know, it actually works.
It's like what?
Homework. You know, like you tell kids that they do their homework, it actually works.
Yeah, you actually do well, right?
You can actually do better in school if you do your homework.
Exactly. And it's kind of fun, the twisting of the, I like twisting the pan. I think it's fun. So now I'm feeling like that full third a cup is actually kind of nice. It makes the crepe, the thickness that's working really well. And it'll be really nice for rolling up your Blintzes. So how are we doing on our crepes?
Getting there?
They're getting there. I'm on my penultimate crepe.
Okay, let's see. I don't see it.
Oh wait a minute. I'll point to my plate. My plate. My stack. And here's my penultimate crepe in my pan. And I have one more left. This one is just about done. Looks nice. I like it. Yeah, last night I mixed up the dry ingredients. I cracked my eggs.
Wow, nice.
This morning I got up, I took the eggs out of the refrigerator, I took the cheese out, I measured my milk.
You're good.
Yeah, I cook like that in advance because
And prepared.
I like to be prepared. Because otherwise I'm like a nervous malaria. And my grandmother taught me that you have to let your eggs get to room temperature.
It is better to have all your ingredients at room temperature when you...
And I think this is my grandmother's pan that's probably 70 years old, I don't know, in the 60s.
So is the idea to get these things like super, super thin?
No, they don't have to be super thin. But they shouldn't be thick, but they shouldn't, they don't need to be super thin. And I
Alright.
heat a little too hot, so they're getting a little brown. But remember, these are going through another process again, so you don't have to worry. As long as you don't burn it, you, you could do it under or over, and they'll still be good. So I just turned down my heat a little bit because they were getting, see, I was getting a couple like this.
Alright, I'm on my last one.
Okay. I like it more when it's this, like really any brownie, but that doesn't.
Does this look like a good amount of brownness?
Yeah, that looks great.
Cool.
You just want them to be a little flexible. That's the thing. If they get, they're a little harder to roll up. It's not gonna taste bad. Probably have a couple more left. How many do people have left of the crepes?
Maybe
On my
two.
last one.
Okay. Ooh, that one was perfect.
So you watch Joni Mitchell and I watch MSNBC and like go crazy.
Really?
I always watch TV when I cook.
It's so funny, you know, the habits we get into, right?
So that was,
I have like 5 TVs in my apartment, and I grew up, we didn't have television at home because my mother thought that, you know, I wouldn't do enough homework and I wouldn't read enough.
Uh-huh.
We didn't get a TV till I was in like high school. I mean, my grandparents had a television. It's not like I was allowed to watch it, but my mother just, you know, didn't want junk.
Yeah.
So like watch what you want in your grandparents' house, but.
The thing that's swirling it enough is have like one spot that's a lot thicker, because then that takes a little longer to cook. That's what's
Okay, I think this one is done. Okay, I'm done.
You have your crepes?
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
Okay. I have
We're
one.
done with our whisk.
Huh?
We're done with the whisk.
We're done with the whisk, yes. And then I'm ready to roll. Is everyone ready?
one more minute.
Okay, good.
Do we need any more measuring cups?
No, no more measuring cups. What we're gonna need is a fry pan to fry the blintzes in, some oil to fry the blintzes in.
We're not going to use butter?
You can use butter if you want. Show you
Okay, and do we use the same pan? Do we need a different pan?
a bigger pan. A bigger pan, because we're gonna fit a few blintzes in it.
Oh, okay. Let me get a bigger pan.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay. So you're gonna have your stack of blintzes, right? Crepes.
All right.
Hey, how many do people make?
6 maybe. This is definitely my grandmother's pan. From when my grandmother was, you know, from when my mother was growing up.
Nice. Perfect.
We got 9.
Okay, I got 9 too.
Fine. I got like 6.
It just depends how big your pan is. So
I
what
was not including our very big first one.
okay. So, hey Google, stop. Hey Google, stop. Done with Joni for now. Okay, you're gonna take this stack, and since the one on the top is pretty hot, you're gonna just pick it up and flip them over so your coolest one's on top. Did you see what I just did? Because it's work with the hot ones. And you're gonna bring your filling, your work area, and you're gonna bring another plate to put your rolled blintzes on, okay? So basically, I'm gonna take that plate, everyone watch first and then do it. Okay, I'm gonna take my first, all right? And it's probably easier to use for the filling. Just take probably enough. If you want a little more, like 1.5 tablespoons of the filling, you're gonna take the two sides. You see how I put it more near the middle? Not spread around the whole thing. It's really kind of in a clump. You're gonna bring in the two sides to cover the edge. You're gonna flip the side closest to you towards the center, and you're gonna roll.
Oh.
Okay.
Burrito.
So much. So for this, use a tablespoon. Do that again. I think just a tablespoon, because it gets too easy. You're gonna.
We don't have to measure it, right? Just take a tablespoon from the drawer.
Basically, it should look like this when you're done. Okay, and if you want to try it, and show me what you have.
A very lopsided roll.
Let's
Little tiny burrito.
just, as we said before, they get better as you go.
I think I put too much in.
So next time, put less in.
Yep.
Wait,
Yeah.
and Leah, so you put the cooked side down so that you're putting the filling on the uncooked side, or do you?
You can really do it either way.
Okay. So I feel like I want to put it on the cooked side so that the uncooked side gets brown.
You can.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Whatever you.
Yeah, stylish.
I have it both ways. I have some that had the brown, some that didn't. Right, the one without the brown, it's kind of not get cooked.
Oh God, I did the can you say that again? What we're supposed to do? I'm gonna mess this up.
Oh no, it's just whether you're putting the cook side when you're
No, what are the instructions again? Can you say that again?
the whole thing.
Yeah.
Okay, let me start again. We have. You can put. You see how one's cooked and one's
Yeah.
Some people.
Yeah.
Rose was just saying she likes having this be the inside so that
Yeah. I get that part.
be the inside. You're gonna put, depending on how big your blintzes are,
Right.
about a tablespoon of filling.
I did that.
You're gonna pull the two sides in. They're gonna overlap a little.
Yeah.
Bring the flap that's closest to you in.
Yeah.
You're gonna roll.
Okay. Oy.
Now, it might be easier if you put your filling closer to you, not quite in the middle. Like, do you see what I'm doing now? I'm putting it closer to me. It might make it a little easier for you to roll it because then there's more room to roll. Yeah, that's a little easier. Do you see that?
No, not, okay, so I'm putting it closer to me.
Yeah, so let me see what you're doing. I'm gonna watch.
Yeah, but, oh wait, hold on. I don't know if I can put my camera to you and roll at the same time. Hold on.
Okay. Well, you can do it in stages, like show me.
Here, here's where I put my filling.
Okay, let's see. I can't quite see it. A little more towards your plate. Let's see. Pull away a little so I can see it. You're too close. No, now I'm seeing your, put it directly over your plate. I'm only seeing the edge of your plate. Now, come away further than your plate again, so I can see the whole thing. Okay, now put your filling.
Yeah, the filling is in there.
So we're supposed to roll it all the way up, right? Not just roll the ends, right?
Oh, roll it all the way up.
So can you see my plate?
You're too close to your plate. I'm only seeing the pretty leaf edge on your plate.
The thing is, mine come out pretty little,
That's
right?
okay. That's good.
That's what you want?
That's it.
Okay.
So can you see my plate now?
Yeah.
Can you see my plate now?
I can see it, but I can't see your filling. Did you put the filling in?
Yeah.
Okay, you're still too close. Can you look under? Are you turning your laptop or whatever you're using?
It's my iPad.
Your iPad. Okay, now I see it. Okay, that looks good. Now you're gonna turn the edges in. Watch mine again.
I got one perfect one.
You see this? You're gonna put edges in, flip the piece that's you over, and you're gonna continue.
All right, I'm gonna try that again.
If you want big, obviously, if you want big blintzes, you're gonna use crepe pan.
Celia, I'm going to try to show you what I did because I thought I couldn't get on the Zoom and I started earlier and I never did it before and I only got 4. I only got 4 crepes from a small frying pan. And so clearly they're too thick.
Well,
Must be too thick. They must be too thick. But let's see. I really need to learn how to roll them. I don't know. So I don't know if you can see.
I mean, you just have a really big one.
Maybe they're just, so they can't roll more than, I don't know. I have to do the other rolling the way you did it with the sides, I guess. So because they're not sticking. I have a lot of batter left over. So when I get more eggs, I'll make some more. I'll try to perfect it.
Okay.
But thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so how's everyone else doing on their rolled blintzes?
I think we have too much batter for these crepes.
Yeah, I have a lot of batter left.
You're right.
Yeah.
We have a lot of batter.
Can you
Yeah, there's
save it? How long can you keep it?
Well, it'll stay in the fridge for at least a week, I would say.
And then what do we do with it? I'm not making these crepes again.
Yeah,
Make some more crepes.
for tomorrow for Shavuos.
A
yeah.
couple of mine broke open. That's the problem.
Okay, well, you can re-roll it if they broke open.
Well, they split like right in the middle.
All right.
But Mickey, when I was doing it, I did it on like a cutting board instead of a ceramic plate, and it wasn't as sticky, so it helped me roll them.
Well, that wasn't the problem. It rolled fine. It's just the dough split. Maybe I'll stick a piece of dough in there.
Maybe it was too thin.
6, 8, 6, 9, 4.
Could have
So,
been.
so now you should have a plate of rolled blintzes. Oh, that looks good, Sandra.
Yeah, except the filling's all coming out.
They're just,
But it's,
you probably
it tastes good, I'm sure.
just put too much filling in.
Yeah, I think, although.
Yeah, because we have a lot of filling left.
Yeah,
You know what you could do? You could just put some noodles and make like a kugel with it.
yes, that would be good. So let me go on to show you how to fry the blintzes. Do you guys want to do it with butter or oil?
Butter.
I'm
Okay,
doing mine with butter.
with butter, which is yummy. I say you have to clarify the butter or they'll burn. So take, I would say, about 3 tablespoons of butter. Melt it in your pan. You should have a big pan now. Here's my pan. This is a big, like, 12-inch fry pan. You're gonna melt your butter.
I just want to tell you how much of a culinary genius I am because we ran out of filling because I only made half. And then I completed the final 2 with dulce de leche, and I think it's going to be great.
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah, well, I can give you some of my filling.
No, Dolce, that sounds great. I like it. So you melt your butter. And you guys clarifying your butter is?
Yeah, I never really understood. What does it mean to clarify it?
Okay, so what it means is when you heat your butter up, there's foam that comes to the top. In the fry, can you see that?
Yeah.
That's the milk fats. The thing is, if you keep that in, then things you cook are gonna burn because it's the milk fat that's burning. But if you can get that out, then it won't burn. So there's a couple ways to do it. One is to tilt your pan to the side like this. I don't know if you can see that. Can you see that?
Yeah.
See how it's
I
on?
see.
You could take a paper towel and just kind of wipe it across that,
Uh-huh.
and it's going to pull away that bubbly top. Can everyone see this?
Yeah.
That's probably the easiest way. You can also put it through like a sieve or a mesh colander, fine one. As long as like that, and then wipe the rest of your pan that's had the milk solids on it. Now see how clear the butter is? I mean, there's still some milk fat, but by comparison, it's pretty good. If you find you have a lot more, just try that paper towel method a little more. Okay, so now
All right, wait a minute. So I have my paper towel. So what do I do?
tilt your pan. Tilt your pan.
Yeah.
The foam all comes to one side. I mean, everything's going to come to that side.
Right. Okay.
You're going to try to skim off just by slightly dabbing at the butter. Slightly dabbing at it. I mean, another thing you can do is if you have a mesh, like little sieve like this, that's a good way. You just pour the butter through that and the milk solids are going to stay in here. And then you put it back into your pan.
Yeah, I do.
Okay?
I do, but I'll do the I'll take I have a paper towel, so I'll just wipe the
Either way is pretty good. Now what you're going to do is put your blintzes with the seam side down into the pan. And you'll see how many you can fit in there at once. You want to have room so that they're not crowded. But my blintzes are pretty small, so.
And how high is the heat?
It's medium. And here you can see I have 5 blintzes with enough room around that I can flip them easily. You're gonna cook it for, 1 to 2 minutes. Obviously, you're just gonna keep, sort of after a minute, look and see if they're browned on the bottom, because that's all you want, browning. Everyone going with their fry pan?
Yeah.
You could turn it up a little if you find, like, it should be sizzling. We have a joke in our family because David's father's second wife, you would stay at their house, and in the morning you'd hear sizzling. And if you knew something good was happening in the kitchen, if you woke up sizzling, usually meant Blintzes were coming. Could be latkes. Could be pierogi. So then you flip it. You see the doneness of that? It should just be a golden brown, basically the way you would like pancakes to look. That's how your Blintzes should be looking. Probably another minute on the other side.
With the Zoom from my Shavuot, making Blintzes and
Then you're going to have another plate ready to take them off.
I didn't think, well, it was supposed to be the same.
How's everyone doing?
Yeah, mine are not sizzling yet.
Well, turn it up a little if it's not sizzling.
I did.
Okay.
Looking good, just a little uneven. Some are bigger than the others.
That's okay.
I'm using a lot of pots here.
We're all going to take good.
I'll send you a picture.
Yeah, but I have a lot of batter left.
Well, you just need to make more Blintzes.
Now I'm gonna make a couple.
Okay.
I'm having computer problems. I have a nice kid. He's 34. He lives next door, and he printed out the recipe for me. So I'm gonna give him and his girlfriend some Blintzes.
Nice. You should have enough butter in your pan to just cook the next batch if you have another batch.
On my windows.
Flip
So they, when the workers were working on the building, they moved the air conditioners because someone was going to get his stuff.
So once they're brown on the other side, they're done, right?
They're done. And then just serve them. You can serve them with Greek yogurt, with sour cream. Sometimes I'll make like a strawberry rhubarb toast. And that's very good. Some people like strawberries. Whatever you like, that's what you serve them with. So how's everyone doing on their frying?
And I gotta flip mine. Then you gotta clean up.
When you're done frying, show me some of your creations.
Overall, it went well, but we had one that was a little bit catastrophic.
Oh,
Yeah, one broke.
that's, what's nice? That's the one you get to eat before you sit down.
Right.
I think we haven't already eaten that. So water. Yeah, you should water it.
So how's everyone feeling about their Blintzes?
A little awkward, but it's all right.
So I mean, you get the idea. It's
They'll taste good.
good. It's making your crepes, filling. as you look and see how you did on yours. If you need more crepes, you double the recipe of the crepes. If you need less filling, cut that, whatever proportion. Yeah, I probably would, for the amount of crepes, I would probably cut the filling.